Today, mining companies are generating more data than ever before. Are you embracing the power of this data to be better at mining? Jump's Mine Analytics Playbook enables mining companies to harness this valuable data into actionable insight and focus on making the right, data-driven plays for a more efficient and cost-effective mining operation.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. If you just saw me on the other session, hello again. If you haven't, nice to meet you. My name is Michael Matrick. I'm one of the partners at Jump Analytics, and we're happy to show you some interesting innovation that we're doing in the mining industry during our session spotlight today. Just a brief overview of who we are. Jump Analytics is a data analytics focused business firm that's focusing on building innovation and analytics for and within the mining industry. We're going to be seeing some great innovation today that's going to be led by Jeff Armstrong. Jeff is our Director of Strategic Industries. Jeff joins us from Goldcorp and then Newmont, where he spent his last time before he joined us. We're very thankful to have him on our team to help us drive this innovation on mining and science around what's going to happen. Jeff's going to walk you through some of the latest innovation we've been doing within our Jump Mine playbook. Without further ado, Jeff, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you walk us through the solution. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Hello, everyone. Today, I'd like to show everyone a solution for something that we know is missing in mining analytics and reporting. Number one, commenting on data. Number two, follow up and taking action against that data. So the problem, what you're looking at here is your typical operations meeting dashboard. Now, let's say you find yourself in a weekly operations meeting, and whether it's a site-only meeting or maybe it's a regional meeting of the mines, you're there to discuss production from the past week. So during the meeting, you must voice your explanation of the underperforming KPIs and why they're red, of course. Will everyone remember your explanation word for word next week? What about your explanation from 6 weeks ago? Do you even remember the exact details from that far back? Also, what are you going to do about those red KPIs? What is the plan to ensure a positive performance next week? Here's what we've done to help. We've made it so that you can take your report and giving you the ability to digitally store your comments, whether it be for individual metrics, an overall site message from the mine manager, or details from a specific department such as maintenance. Let me show you how this works. So prior to your meeting, you and your colleagues and department leads can sit down individually, understand what will be discussed, and most likely it'll be about the reds, and simply enter your comments and your explanation, which will then be saved to a database. Again, a mine general manager, for example, could write his weekly comment about the overall site performance. Simply click save, and it gets stored immediately to a database and available in the dashboard for discussion. Site department leads can go in here, create their specific comments about the week, how it's going, submit. Once again, it goes to the database and is available almost immediately for discussion. If you have a new department coming in for this week only, you can add a new department note and they can come in and enter in their comment directly to the database as usual. And then, of course, you want to make comments on your productivity for each of the metrics. Let's take loader availability, for example. Here you'd come in and try to describe why you're not hitting your mark, why you're at 70%, type in your comment, save it, and it'll save it for that week, for that metric. Now what you see below is history, and this is where you'll find your past comments. So never to be forgotten. But also you may detect a trend worth looking into, whether it be a frequently short on operators in this case, or some other not so obvious repeatable event that you may not see in the numbers themselves. Forever, this data will exist. Your comments will never go forgotten. Let's take mill utilization, and I'll show you how comment is entered. So this is low due to low loader utilization. Simply click save, and you'll see here it's almost immediately available in the database for the dashboard. I click save. Now, if we go back to the database, you will see we have the MGM notes as mentioned. We have individual site comments, switch between maintenance and safety. And of course, your safety comments, and below, you're going to have the trending values for all the metrics in your operations dashboard. What you see here under leading indicators is, of course, what we selected for our fake mine called Sandia and San Fresa. And of course, we chose asset management to speak to, but of course, you could include your own leading indicators for your mine. And of course, maybe you're more interested in exploration at the bottom. Totally up to you. Now let's look into loader availability. Here we'll see the trending and the dips and the gaps, and of course our historical comments on why that occurred on that particular week. Same goes for loader utilization, where we know we were having some issues over the course of the last few weeks. That historical information is there. And that's all good and well for that week and what happened during that week and the weeks in the past. But what about next week and the weeks following? How are you going to deal with that? How are you going to make it so that we see some progress in performance? And that's where we came up with our action plan. So going back to the app, back to the tool that allows you to enter in the comments, we have an action plan button that will allow you to create your own action plan and what you're going to do about loader utilization. So for example, I will create a quick action plan, title, and a comment or description, the details of what you're going to do to improve loader utilization, eliminate future downtime. For this action plan, we want to give it a timeline. Let's say beginning of May to say June 4th. So as soon as I create that plan, it becomes available to assign accountability. So let's assign some users to that. And this is all linked to your Active Directory account and servers. And you can assign more than one person to this action plan. And below you can see we can create a calendar event and assign it to these users. So they'll be notified of tasks that are occurring during this timeline of this action plan, May 1st to June 4th. And last but not least, most important, is you want to be following your metrics that you're tracking for this action plan. Loader utilization, let's say truck availability, let's say truck utilization, maybe even some mill utilization as well. And what this also allows you to do is set a target. What target do we want to hit during this action plan? Let's say 75% utilization. Let's say 72% utilization of loaders. Just some random numbers here. So I clicked update, that action plan's in place. And now in the future weekly meetings, we'll be able to analyze that action plan and ensure that those actions that we're taking are in fact improving loader utilization, truck utilization, et cetera. So what we have here is a view of that action plan we just created. The details, who it's assigned to, assigned metrics. And of course, you can see our comments that we've done in the past during those dips, during those valleys. And the most important metric we were interested in, loader utilization. Did we hit our target for this action plan? Yes, we did. And it looks like we're back in operating, good operating stance. We're even above our forecasted monthly forecast. So over here, we can just enable historical action plans as well, ones that have completed. So you can go back, follow up, do some additional reporting on that. So back to the dashboard. What I've shown here is just a quick glimpse of our way to bring your insights and actions back into play alongside with your data where they were born in the first place. and where they belong. So thank you, and I look forward to all of your questions and describing how this fits into our mine analytics playbook and works with your data. Thank you again, and thank you, Mines and Mets.